Alright, we are here with dev entry number 2, or developer's log entry number 2. In this one, I'm going to show you guys how the enemy AI kind of works, and then a little bit more of the animated cutscenes, and basically how some of the characters will differentiate from each other. So here we're going to be fighting essentially the first proper boss, as we're nearing the end of the prologue chapter. So, the prologue basically is to help, as any general prologue, set up who the main characters are, what the conflict they're going to be facing is, and get you kind of a feel for how the battle system is going to work. Have you played any Final Fantasy prior to 10? Or basically, if you played any Final Fantasy from 4 to 9, you'll kind of have an understanding of how this battle system is going to go. It's essentially the active time battle. So basically, this cutscene is going to be playing out. And I keep forgetting to change the battle back for this. Developing, still basically pre-beta stuff going on here. So each character is essentially identified by a class, and each class has kind of their own unique thing. So Ryzen, for example, he falls more in line with that kind of samurai ninja class, so he's got shinobi skills. So this isn't the ability you're gonna have when the game will happen. You'll have a different one, but for the purposes of kind of testing and kind of getting some of these battles to go along quickly, kind of just gifted this one fairly early. So basically his is going to be a bunch of like quick, hard-hitting moves. An evasive tank, essentially. High DPS, can't really take a hit, but his evasion more than makes up for it. So we just got to basically jump up, wind strikes everywhere. Joaquin is... he's essentially a red mage, but what really kind of sticks him out, besides being able to use black magic and red magic, he's the only one who kind of has access to buffs and deep buffs, and his big selling point is combinations. Essentially, he can cast two different kinds of spells into one for more powerful effects. So, actually, I think I have it under the limit right now. I still got to work around this, but so Tempest, basically temperance or temper and haste into one, and then Chris, she'll have concentrated magic, which is essentially more powerful black magic spells. She's essentially black wizard, sorceress, the high damage mage class, and combination magic, or not combination, but concentrated magic is just more powerful spells early on. So, I don't know why I'm stuttering. So instead of kind of fire, she'll have, won't be available at this point in the game, but she'll have Fireball Barrage, which is basically 2 high magic damage to 2 random enemies. And also, you get to see how the AI does battle. And maybe if we're lucky, we might even see one of the limit breaks. So for more basic grunt AIs, they'll not really attack that much. They won't have too many things besides attacking. Maybe some guards, or maybe like a desperation attack for some of the enemies you'll encounter on later on in the game. But for bosses, they'll have a set pattern. What took me forever was essentially trying to find like how to make the attacks happen on a more consistent basis. For about a month and a half, 2 months, I was trying to figure out how to make it work with the base game engine, and I just couldn't figure it out. All they would do is attack. But now, thanks to one of the plugins I put in, they'll have a few other things. So when she's at a higher health, she'll just be casting Thunder. So as you can see, we haven't really done enough damage to really justify doing anything but that. But the more damage, the boss takes, the more different attacks they'll end up doing. They still gotta iron out some of the animation effects as well. Wrong one we used. So now that she's taken enough damage, she'll actually heal herself. And if we're lucky... Oh yeah, next turn, we'll be able to see the limit break. We didn't see the limit break because she was a little bit too powerful, which is why you're not going to get that concentrated ability, that concentrated magic ability right off the bat. But again, because I'm just kind of still testing out the game and making sure everything kind of goes through, I'm essentially putting on like a cheat mode for myself. And again, still got to work on how this looks because it just says level up, but you don't see what you level up. So another one I kind of want to do is kind of show some more cutscenes and kind of more animations. And right now, like I said, I still don't have a lot of things finalized. So, blonde guy that's talking right now is actually the character in black. And so this is the part where Chris will get the concentrated magic. Each character, they won't have their special abilities unlocked right away except for Ryzen and like one other. And that's because in terms of story, it'll make sense. Like certain characters are more trained than others at the point of the story that they're introduced in. So some of them will have theirs right off the bat because it'll make sense because yes, they have been training. They are better, but they're better fighters than others at this point. While, someone like Joaquin, the main character, he's still kind of a novice in terms of everything. So his isn't going to be unlocked until, a similar event like this happens later on. And again, the music choice in this isn't final as well. One of the things that I'm still kind of working on is trying to decide character themes. So this is Chris's big I'm about to mess people up, and she just incinerates the shit out of these guys. And there's a spelling error right there. And again, Ryzen will have a shinobi skill right here. He'll have 2 or 3, and that's the other thing. Some characters will have more abilities than others. Just because in terms of their classes, it'll make a little bit more sense. So Ryzen's are going to be a little bit weaker to start off with before we get kind of the big damage ones, like the, you can't escape this one, like the Wind Slash, which, this is like the most basic of his Wind Slashes. And these are kind of basic Mook enemies. They're not really meant to be a boss, just a wave of enemies to kind of test out Chris's kind of fireball barrage. Nice. Again, I keep thinking it's going to be in the concentrated magic. Or not the concentrated, the combination magic. Yeah, I think I might just rename Chris's to high magic, because I'm going to keep getting the two confused. And because I do want to show off the limit, we're just going to guard. So yeah, each character will have a limit bar. I'm still working on kind of improving how fast it fills up, because as you can see, it takes a while, and after each battle, it kind of resets. But yeah, some pretty neat stuff like that. And again, these enemies right now don't have experience, so they're gonna see a big fat 0 next to battle results. And you know, we got our choice of kind of emotional music, so the person who actually composed this track is really awesome. Doesn't charge a whole lot, and even like gives you free music. So check out Penman Music. Pretty dope guy. I love his work. His work is also the Overworld theme. So you'll be hearing the Overworld theme a lot, and he's the one who composed that piece. Awesome dude. And yeah, no, I'm still working on finalizing character appearances. So you're about to see Chris go from kind of blue ears to back to regular red ears. Not red ears, but brown ears here. Uh, but again, this is why everything's still kind of in the development phase. And yeah, no, I forgot to teleport those guys out of there. So you can't really interact with them. And yeah, so that'll be it for this developer's log. Hopefully, when I do the next one, we'll be able to clean it up a little bit more. The closer we get to the demo release date, I'm trying to get it done, or trying to get some stuff done by. I want to have something ready by the end of April. So you know, probably the next devlog, you'll see a little bit more stuff cleaned up. Magic spells being in the right thing and them actually costing MP. And for the next one, I'll probably show you guys what kind of side quests there's going to be in this game. You know, I don't think I'm gonna have too many kind of long and intricate ones. just because somewhere along the way I will definitely forget about them. But there will be some kind of longer ones with some decent story in there. But for the most part, I'll show you guys during the next devlog what kind of side missions you'll be seeing in the game. So until then, this has been me, devlog number 2, and see you guys next time.